quick questions. So it would appear from what you're saying that from where you sit, you think because of the incessant attack, even from as high an office as the presidency, the vice presidency, on Kwabena Owusu-Eduomi, there is some sympathy being courted by people for him, one. And two, what do you think, and if you do agree, what do you think strategy-wise? Do you think the NDC saw this coming? And that is why they said, you know what, we're not going to contest. We're stepping aside so that their voters, among other floating voters, could then go and do the damage, and then it would serve their purpose. Do you think that is what is happening?
It is the wisest decision that the NDC has taken. If NDC was going to file a candidate, he wouldn't have been competitive as this independent candidate is because they are not filing a candidate. And one, they will have spent so much money and eventually even losing the seats. So to decide that they are not going to contest, directly or indirectly throwing their weight behind this candidate has actually created that mileage that he has received. And I think that is rather making the election more competitive. And I think politics and elections specifically is more about strategy. And I think the NDC has gotten it right now. Whether the independent candidate wins or not, at least it has shown the MPP that incumbency advantage has a limit to some extent. And I think I'm so kind of surprised by the statements that has been made by the president and other leading MPP members in Ejisu, looking at what they did in Forbina the last time. The same things were said about this candidate, their candidate who had gone in. Yes, Isiama. And then they later on went back to plead with him and to work with him. And he's serving a lot of their interest in parliament. If I were them, I would have taken a cue from that experience and be very, very moderate and decorous with my language in what's happening in the Ejisu now. And I think politicians usually don't learn.